just started here, but you're gonna start seeing your skin turning red. So that means we're gonna start bringing blood flow to the surface, because when tissue is very compressed and angry or tense, it can stop blood flow from really reaching the muscles and the surface of your skin.
Oh man, yeah.
How does that feel?
That's amazing.
Do you feel things sort of loosening and remodeling or relaxing?
Oh, yeah.
Especially because I have a desk job as well. This area of our forearms gets very neglected because we often don't think about stretching your forearms. So if a certain area is very tense, like the expression you just had or the reaction, I'm gonna ease up on it and go very lightly. And what that's gonna do is help me ease into the treatment. So your body will basically desensitize or become used to the treatment. And then I'm able to get there like that, get there even further. So I'm gonna show you a really great example. I'm going evenly over your wrist here, but do you see how there's some splotchy? In other words, some's white and some's red. What that's showing, so the white areas are where the blood flow isn't reaching the surface, and the red areas are where you're getting really good blood flow. So see how I'm going over that white area and it's not turning red? It will turn red if I really continue doing this, but it's showing you where your blood flow is impeded or basically not able to have full access to the surface of your skin. So see that splotchiness?
Yeah.
The more I keep going, the more even red it'll be. But see how it's still splotchy? Like it's an uneven texture, or not texture, but it's an uneven color.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is continuing to bring blood to the surface, but we're also relaxing and rejuvenating your myofascial tissue. So that means your muscles, also your connective tissue and your tendons. Everything is becoming essentially more flexible, less tense, less painful, but it also is restoring healthy, normal function. So it's a really good example here where you're seeing some areas they're still very tense. So for example, right here, I can tell you have a big trigger point or an area that's very tense, right? So I'm gonna take this trigger point end, so this little knob here, and I'm just gonna press and wiggle into there. Do you feel that in a deeper way?
Yeah.
You feel like a deeper adhesion almost, yeah. So again, I know that around here it's very tense for you. So again, I don't wanna cause too much pain, right? I'm gonna keep going there pretty light and brisk. The other thing you can do is go all around the area. See how it's allowing it around it, but when I go right on it, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
This is desensitizing it, but it's also kind of working my way towards it in a way that's gonna let it accept it versus me sort of forcing it on you and you resisting it because it's painful. So see how now I'm on the spot and I'm able to do that without you flinching?
Yeah.
And look, now it's also more evenly red. You can use these tools in a lot of different ways. This is the flat side, and I'm basically doing like a scraping, like a gua sha type tool. So it's a little more red. There's still a few spots here, see, that aren't completely turning. But with time, the goal is that, healthy tissue should not be painful to the touch. So any areas that are painful to touch or to massage, that's telling you that you are carrying a lot of tension there. So the goal is to get to healthy tissue, which is not going to hurt. Unhealthy tissue or dysfunctional tissue is 1,000 times more pain sensitive than healthy tissue.
Yeah.
So the good news is you can restore it, right? Like the point is, it's not like it's beyond repair. You're going to notice a difference just in this very quick treatment I'm giving you, but definitely over time with consistent use, you're going to continue seeing a lot more improvement. You're going to be able to address your tension and your pain whenever you feel it. You're not going to have to wait to go see a therapist. But then it's also something you can pick up anytime, anywhere, like at the gym, at your office, you're typing, you're in the middle of a call or whatever it is, and you can literally just massage yourself here, get some relief, feel better, and also function better. So remember, this was the other tense area that we started with.
Oh.
Notice how I haven't gotten there yet because I am working my way towards there. I'm gonna get your hands real quick as well. You type a lot, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of trigger points in our hands.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of times we don't. This has a very cool little claw. A lot of times we don't think about massaging or stretching our hands. And it's also kind of difficult to do so, right? Like how do you foam roll your hand or your wrist, right? But these little claws and these little areas really help to get those little tiny bones and joints and bony protrusions and also these little attachments here. Like there's a lot of blood vessels and little tiny bones and joints here in the wrist. Tons of little tiny bones and joints in the hands. Now flip your hand this joint's a little less stuck. So see how there's not a lot of mobility between there. So I'm going to use these little claws and I'm going to go between your fingers and just poke and wiggle. So that might shoot up a little pain, right? So what that's doing is when you're decompressing the nerves and the blood flow, it can sort of free them up in other areas. So you might feel like a temporary firecracker or a little shoot, right? But then it's gaining fuller function. So again, this shouldn't be painful, right? I'm not trying to actually cause you pain. But
it's a sign.
It is sort of a hurts real good feeling, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. Pain is a symptom or like a warning signal or like a check engine light that's saying, hey, something's wrong, right? Sometimes we ignore the pain and just power through it, but that doesn't fix the actual problem. That just sort of teaches us how to carry on. So these little fixes, it can help us identify the tension so that we can fix it. And when you fix it, it can help you prevent a lot of injury and pain and dysfunction and even surgeries and stuff later on in life. So I'm going to show you the difference. Again, just as I'm going to flip you over here real quick. Do this on this side. I'm going to show you the difference real quick in the mobility just in this one joint here. Do you feel a difference from when I just did it? That was what, like a 1 minute treatment?
Yeah.
So see how that mobility there? I'm not pulling your joints out, realize I'm just creating space between the joints. So now try this. Do this stretch for me on one side and see how that feels there.
Yeah.
And then do the same thing on the other side.
Yeah, I feel more tight.
Yeah, you'll feel restriction here compared to here when you do something like a stretch, right? Now do something with your hands, like do this, like you're typing.
I feel.
Yeah. That's why I like doing one side so you can compare the result, but you really notice a difference. So you're going to feel the result throughout the day and even tomorrow and beyond that. It's a noticeable like, wow, this really works.